You better not pout, I am telling you why. Santa Claus is coming.
Alright, I believe... Can you guys hear me good?
He's checking it twice.
Let me know if the music's too loud or too quiet, I can change it. Can you guys hear me good? Let me know if the music's too loud or too quiet, I can change it. Turn it down, let me know if the music's too loud or too quiet, I can change it.
So big up for goodness sake. You better watch out.
Alright, is that good?
Better not cry. You better not pout. I am telling you why. 'Cause Santa Claus is coming.
Hello Rob, hello Will, James, Cobra, Cecil. Hello everyone, welcome to my part of the show. I will be hosting for the next full hour. Hope you enjoy, and yes, without further ado, we should get started. I will be hosting for the next full hour. Hang on, sorry, I should probably mute that. I kept hearing myself. Anyway, so it looks like Santa is in Trudovoy, Russia, and he's heading to. Oh no, he's now in Arsenyev. Probably I'm not pronouncing this right at all. And now he's heading to Komsomolsk on Amur. If there are any Russian people, I'm very in this chat, then I'm very sorry for pronouncing the names in your country hideously wrong.
Santa Claus is coming.
And we have a new poll from Connor. Is Nightmare Before Christmas a Christmas movie? So if you guys would like to vote in that, we shall see the results very soon once you guys get voting. And anyway, it's my second year in Yasu actually. I was here last year. As you've noticed, I'm only on a 2D map. But last year I had 3D, but for some reason this year I load in 3D and it is incredibly laggy. Like you should see, it just runs like a slideshow. So unfortunately, unless I can fix it maybe for one of my later shifts, then we're kind of stuck with this 2D map. Will said, you started your stream at the worst time. You're absolutely right. These names places are absolutely awful to pronounce in Russia. Hello Gigavolt, welcome to the stream. Rise Trackers said they voted yes. So we see Santa heading north. He's about to arrive in this Russian town or city that I'm not even going to bother pronouncing. Hello Noel Commons, welcome to the stream. And next up is Neville Shucklin Island. Merry Christmas to you, Harold. Hi, Steve. Or Lara. Merry Christmas to you as well. And I guess we should see the results of that poll. Will says, are there any new locations? I don't believe they are, but you never know, maybe later on. I believe it's been roughly pretty much the same, but I guess you never know. Maybe this route just works well for Santa, because I mean he has certainly been doing this certain route for quite a few years now. I can see the result of the poll. I'll load that up on here. I'll put this in a separate window so we can see if that will let me. Never mind, I'll have to do that. Let's see the results. I'll be neutral on this poll. And it looks like we have yes as the majority. I don't really know, but I mean, I've never actually seen Nightmare Before Christmas, but I mean, it has Christmas in the title, so I mean, it's likely to be a Christmas film. I'd say, I mean, if I was going to vote, I'd probably say yeah. Looks like we have a very strong yes. Desario4 says, has he been to Sydney? Not yet, but he is heading that way very, very soon. If you are in the east coast or the central part of Australia, then I would say you should probably get to bed very soon, as he will be there very shortly. So now, where are we heading? I should probably move this a bit slightly. We've got about 8 miles, that's a long way. Northern Mariana Island. Already over 600 million gifts delivered, that is certainly a lot. And he is almost at 1 billion, I reckon. Quite possibly before this hour is up, I reckon, especially as he's going into like Asia where there's loads and loads of people, I reckon it's very possible that we'll have reached 1 billion before Braden comes on the show, which is at 2 PM GMT or 9 AM EST. Harold says he's going to England in 11 hours, he is indeed. We're expecting him very soon. To get to England, probably about, based on previous years, about 11:50 PM GMT. So if you live in England, make sure to get to bed before about 11 PM at the latest, I'd say. I mean, I'm certainly going to be heading to bed about 11 PM, probably when he gets to like Paris. Rise Tracker says road to 1 billion present indeed. It is certainly almost there. Harold says I'm going to Midnight Mass at 12 PM. Well, I hope you enjoy that. That sounds like a fun event for you and, well, not sounds like a good event to celebrate the Christmas season with you and your family. I'd say Santa's probably going to be getting to Australia about half an hour to an hour. I reckon he'll, yeah, definitely getting there very soon. That's why he's heading south. William Heafy says Old Man by the Sea is one of his favourite stops. Well, that's interesting. I mean, probably before I've heard of this location on NORAD, I've probably never heard of like even the country Northern Mariana Islands, let alone this place called Old Man by the Sea. So that's kind of interesting to hear that. Merry Christmas to you, Insane IRL. Looks like we're not, as I say, that's probably the final result for that poll, so it looks like Nightmare Before Christmas is indeed a Christmas film. Yeah, I agree with you, Rise and William. It is certainly an interesting name. Maybe there was an Old Man by the Sea that they named it after. Harold says, why is Santa delivering presents in the sea? Well, I believe with the gift count, it's kind of like, it's very difficult to track the actual amount of gifts that he's delivered, like to a high degree of accuracy. So I believe it's just kind of an approximation, and also as Football TV has said, cruise ships and small islands. There's, as you can see on the map, there's tons of like tiny little islands there, and I believe that's probably where he's delivering to. But I think there is kind of a point that is going up too high, but then again, it is just an approximation. It's very difficult to tell what someone that's traveling faster than starlight to predict like how many gifts they've delivered. And okay, I am indeed British. If you haven't noticed, there's a lot of British hosts on this stream today, as you may have known. We're also going to get a Canadian one in 50 minutes when Braden Thomas comes on. Desari said, has he been to Sydney? No, he has not yet, but he is getting very close. I'm going to say within about half an hour he'll be in Sydney. Liam Scott says, when will we get to England? I'd say about 11:50 PM ish, based on previous years. This is there's a lot of gaps in this part of the journey. I mean, we zoom out here, there's just tons of empty space. This very unpopulated part of the world, but there is a lot of ground for him to travel. Patrick has not yet streamed yet, but he will be streaming very shortly. I can't remember exactly when, but I'd say maybe in about 4 or 5 hours. I'm not too sure though. Tip production for Ireland Mapper says, how do you get to the NORAD tracker? Well, for me it does work, but if someone could post it, it's santatracking.net/embed that has the tracking map on it. Or if you just go to our website and click on Tracking Hub, which is the central North Pole, like right in the middle of the village, that should show you the embed link. Sailor, you are right, he certainly does only visit ships and islands at this point. It looks like we're about 2 minutes away from visiting Old Man by the Sea. I was wondering, what are you guys thinking about, are we going to get any new cams this year? I mean, so far, we haven't got an Auckland cam, which has been like that for about 5 years now. I reckon we'll have the same Sydney cam, but do you guys reckon we'll maybe get some new cams in other parts of the world this year? Like, remember last year we had a new cam in Japan and New York. QB says, I am back, welcome back. That is right, we've only had 2 cams. Hopefully we might get some new ones, but no worries, even if we don't, we have plenty of more Yatsu content coming for you, so do not, make sure to check back on the stream regularly so you can see these new Yatsu cams, because we do have a lot more cams up very soon, and you're not going to want to miss them. Sailor, you're absolutely right, we have our cams, and even if NORAD don't have that many, at least we have the content to fill in. And with Santa, he's about to get to Old Man by the Sea, Northern Mariana Islands. Just approaching now. Maybe we'll be heading to Guam next. I mean, it does seem quite close. Desari, we're thinking about half an hour-ish. It's hard to tell for sure, but should be around that. And thank you very much, AML, for I hope you guys have a very Merry Christmas as well. And yep, Santa is heading to Guam, just a short little hop across that little gap of water there. Thank you very much for subscribing, Harold. And Liam says, how long will you be streaming? I will be streaming until the next hour, which is 9 AM EST or 2 PM GMT, and then Braden will be on for the first time. The Necessary Anne says, happy Christmas, can't wait for New York. Merry Christmas to you. I'm looking forward to when he gets to the UK, which is only less than 11 hours now. And Santa is heading to Kimbe, Papua New Guinea. It's a bit of a long hop here across this part of the Atlantic. And I believe Desari, if you're still watching, I think he always goes to Australia right after Papua New Guinea, so I would get to bed if I were you, because he is going to be heading straight your way very, very soon. Rise Trackers, you are, well, yeah, we're doing the whole stream until 2 AM EST on the December 25th, but we got many hosts and many more surprises to come before then. I'm only hosting for this hour. And Necessary Element, thank you very much. We do appreciate all of the support we've been given this year, especially for our 10th anniversary show. Zari says you've got cameras everywhere. Well, I think he does move pretty quick, as you may be able to see. I mean, there's a lot of houses, especially in Australia, to deliver to, so I guess if you're lucky you might get like a quick flash and suddenly the presents are there, but good luck catching any footage of him because he is speedy. Yes, we do this stream every. In fact, this is our 10th anniversary. I've only been here for 2 years, but this stream's been going on since 2009. That's a pretty long time. We've made it 10 years, and we're so grateful for all the support that we've received. We wouldn't still be doing this if we hadn't got all of you guys supporting and watching us for all this time. So thanks a lot for all of that. We don't do it for other holidays. It's only an annual stream. We only track Santa, since YANTSU stands for the YouTube Association of NORAD TrackingSanta users, so we just do this one NORAD stream every year. And now we're approaching 700 million gifts. Only 300 million left until he gets to 1 billion. And you too, Ollie Jones, have a great Christmas.
Comes Santa Claus, here comes Santa Claus, right down Santa Claus Lane. He doesn't care if you're rich or poor, he loves you just the same. Santa Claus knows we're all God's children.
So as we can see, there's still quite a bit of water to cover, but it's not going to be long until he's just going to be over all of this land, and then we're going to have a lot of stops spaced quite closely together. Desari, I think he normally delivered, well, according to NORAD, he delivered about 7 billion, but I'd say probably actual figure would be slightly more than that, maybe closer to 10 billion, because I don't know, I mean, every person, like all the believers in the world, probably get like at least 4 or 5 at the very minimum from Santa, so it's difficult to tell for sure. And Santa is indeed real. He is on his way. And if you believe in him, he will come to your house. I think Harold, NORAD have been doing this for like about 60 years now, so I'm pretty sure he's used to the slave pilots, not the slave pilots, the fighter jet pilots escorting him across Canada every year. I know he does have to slow down to even say hello to them. Has he been to me? No, I am in the UK, so still got a bit of a while until he gets to me. Should be here in about 11.5 hours. My favourite Christmas movie is probably Elf. I was very disappointed when the Elf gang didn't vote in the poll earlier today. I don't know what you guys think about that Home Alone against Elf scandal. And as Connor's just posted in the chat, make sure to follow our social media, Instagram at Team Yatsu, Facebook TrackingSanta Live, and Twitter at Team Yatsu. And if you want to be featured on the stream, simply put a post on one of our social medias and hashtag TrackingSanta Live, and if any of you do, I will show it on the stream. Tristan Maxwell says Polar Express. It's not my favourite. I mean, it's okay. I think some parts of it are a bit creepy, to be honest. I mean, yeah, it's quite it's an okay film. I know my parents don't like it very much at all, but yeah, each to their own. And as we speak, Santa is arriving in Kimby, Papua New Guinea, and next stop is Port Moresby. It is indeed 1:21 in England. Steve still says caffeine is your best friend. Yes, it is indeed, especially as many of us at Team Yatsu have had to get up really early to watch the start of the show. We have a lot of UK viewers actually. And I'm obviously in the UK as well, so it's great to see people like all over the world really like watching our stream. It's become such a global phenomenon. I'm sure when Braden and Patrick and Marcus started it back in 2009, they probably never expected it to get this big, but here we are, 110 viewers, and we got people all over the world tuning in. Henry says, I'm from the East Midlands. I'm from the south in Hampshire. Near Portsmouth. I'm not sure if the music is keeping counting out or not. I mean, for me, I'm not too sure. Let me know if the music is alright, if you can hear it. Tristan, you're from Canada. We have a Canadian host coming up soon. Finally, someone who's not from the UK. Portsmouth is on the coast. It's like right south in the middle. I have heard of Wigan. Football TV, you're from Cambridgeshire. We certainly have a lot of football fans here today. Harold, you're from Devon. I've been there before. And I think Santa's now heading to Daru, Papua New Guinea. James asked the question, who do you support? I don't know, if maybe it's not a great idea to say that on stream, just because of what I just said earlier. QB says, I love Christmas. I think we all do here, and I really hope you're enjoying this festive stream. Desari says, how long until he gets to New South Wales? Very shortly. He is getting very close. I believe he's heading south here, and he should be there probably about 15 minutes. Yeah, in fact he's heading to Cairns now, so I think he's going to head south down here. So I reckon you should probably get to bed soon, to be honest. And we have a new poll, Jingle Bells or Winter Wonderland. Now that is a very difficult decision. They're both fantastic Christmas songs. I would not know what one to choose out of those. Let me get the results up for that. We'll let the results come in. So we'll go to get the live results in. I'm just receiving word that we're having our best stream in terms of like interaction and viewer figures, so thank you all again very much for showing up and having a wonderful festive time with all of us here at Yantsu. And William says, bedtime for East Australia, indeed. If you're on the East Coast or in Central Australia, I'd say you should probably get to bed soon. Tristan says you want a electric train set and a couple other. Well, I hope Santa gets you that. Hang on. Can you guys all hear me alright? My mic's not... I can change it slightly if you want. You posted a pic... Did you post it on... Did you post it on Twitter? Did you use the hashtag TrackingSanta? Oh, Instagram. I'll get on that. TrackingSanta. Oh, Cam, right? Wait, no, he hasn't. Yeah, no, he hasn't got. Yeah, we probably should get a Cam in Sydney. He hasn't quite got there yet. I can't see your post on here. Who was it? Necessary album. I haven't seen it yet. Oh, TrackingSanta Live. I should be able to see that. TrackingSanta Live. Wait, hang on. What's your user ID? Or username even? Bradley RC using a different setup than the one Liam used. Well, I live like, well, yeah, because I live miles away from like where Liam are, so I'm like completely different room and everything. Thank you. Yeah, I'll see you later. No, oh no, you're not leaving. Yeah, have a good Christmas to you as well. Holiday love. Oh yeah, I see you. Right, so shout out to Holiday Love, as you can see here. Wait, hang on, you can't see that, can you? And you posted this as well. Thank you for posting. Go follow Holiday Love if you would like to. And so Santa's continuing to head down to Rockhampton, Australia. He's in Queensland very shortly. We'll be in New South Wales. So, Dazari, if you're still here, I'd recommend getting to bed. Yeah, Brad. Yeah, I said earlier. Yeah, my 3D is basically too laggy to work, so I've got 2D on here. Because if I run 3D for some reason, it just says slideshow. It'll be so laggy. No, I'm not like related to Liam or anything. I'm other side of the country, really. And no problem. The necessary album. Some dude says, "Who's in Europe?" Anyway, it's the 25th. I don't think it's not quite the 25th here. It is. I'm in the UK. So that's Western. It's 1:30 p.m. here. I believe in like the eastern part of Europe is 4:30. So I mean. We're getting towards Christmas Eve evening, but not quite Christmas Day yet. Dazari, he will be there very, very soon. So I'd recommend sleeping. A Santa cam is like a video of Santa basically showing him flying around major cities or monuments. And we have NORAD Santa cams, and for the past few years we've had our own Yantsu Santa cams, which you will see more of later in the stream. and we've just seen him get to Rockhampton, and next stop is Maryborough, Australia. And Connor says Jingle Bells has won the vote, and I guess that's fair enough. It's a great song. I think my favourite version is probably the Frank Sinatra version. I have it on my playlist, so you might hear it later on in the stream. Henry, Liam and Josh live up near Peterborough. I live down south. Liam and Josh are brothers. I'm just some other guy. FIFA Leo 28. Santa will be in Sydney probably within the next 10 minutes, I'm going to say. He is like right almost there. There's Sydney there. He is here and he is heading south definitely. Bradley says, did you apply last year? I applied the year before actually. Last year was my first year hosting. This is my second year. Alright, so we're almost getting to Maryborough, about to get to New South Wales. Charlie, it's night for you. Well, I guess it's not going to be long before you should head to sleep for Santa. Meanwhile, I've still got 11 hours till Santa gets here. And happy Christmas Eve to you, Sponix, as well. This year has really indeed gone so fast. I can't believe. I thought it's like yesterday that I was hosting for that first time last year. Bradley, there's lots of jobs. I mean, you can do hosting like I'm doing here, and there's also social media. There's plenty of people going on that, straw poll, and also in the lead up we have people making all sorts of things like adverts and trailers, that kind of thing for our show, and just generally helping to prepare and bring new ideas for what we could do in the future. And thank you very much, Liam. Alright, so just about to get to Brisbane, and next up is Sydney. There we go. If Desari, you're still watching this, shut your eyes now. He is getting to Sydney like in 3 minutes. Kian says you're in Lapland. That's actually supposedly a home of Santa. I mean, I know a lot of people go there, at least from where I am in the UK. I know lots of people go on holiday up there to Lapland to see Father Christmas at or Santa Claus at the Santa Land in Rovaniemi. And no, we don't get paid for it. It's all just a bit of fun, volunteering, have a nice festive time. We're a non-profit organisation. Rise says hopefully there's a new Santa cam in Sydney. I think we all do here, but I don't know. My hopes are not high. We have had the same Sydney cam for the past 5 years or something like that. Magda says which one is real. I mean, they're both real. They're both tracking Santa, but I believe NORAD uses like infrared satellites and radar, while Google just uses like mobile phone signals. So I believe NORAD's definitely the more accurate one. I know Google have had him in a completely different place to NORAD. I guess you can't say NORAD might not be 100% accurate, but it's fairly good since they do use advanced military technology. Well, Bradley, if you want to apply, head to santatracking.net/apply. Make sure you take your time to fill in the application. We will be reviewing them in the new year. And make sure you check your Twitter account or email that you put in the application. And we may be contacting you if you're successful. Connor, you're absolutely correct. Google is not as accurate. NORAD uses much more advanced technology for their tracking. Blueberry says he's near me. Well, Blueberry, you might want to get to sleep then. We don't accept donations. We're a non-profit, but thanks anyway. Henry, me too. An interesting fact about me, I'm actually from Finland, so which is where Lapland is, so I really should probably go there one day. I do want to. Well, I'm half Finnish actually. And as Santa arrives in Sydney, we should be getting a cam. I will be muting my mic. No, sorry, yeah, no, I'll be muting my music, I just won't say anything. Alright, do we have a cam? We do indeed have a cam. I will pause the music. And I'll play the cam.
NORAD spotted Santa over Sydney, Australia, and the majestic Sydney Opera House. The Opera House, which is located in Sydney Harbour, is one of the most famous performing arts centers in the world. The building is shaped like the sails of a boat and sits in the middle of a harbour like a peninsula. The Sydney Opera House is probably the most photographed building in Australia and has often been considered the greatest architectural work of the 20th century. Where do you think Santa will travel next? Keep tracking with NORAD to find out.
Alright. Well, looks like we got the same cam, sadly. Oh well. Maybe later. We never know. I'll put the music back on. Unfortunately, it is the same cam, sadly. But not to worry, we still have our Santa cams, and it looks like we have 123 viewers. That is absolutely incredible. I'll tell you, we here at Yardley were not expecting to get anywhere near this. It's just insane, like how many of you are turning up for this stream. Could you play the Polar Express by Tom Hanks? I'm guessing you mean Believe by Josh Groban. I have that. I'll play it once this is finished. Which it is just about to. Yeah, there we go. Alright, there we go. Superman fan, we don't do any live streams apart from the pre-show on the 23rd and the main show today. Liam, indeed, we do still have ages. Yeah, about 11 hours now. Henry says, I love Michael Bublé. I do love his Christmas songs. These past few weeks I've just been listening to them so much. Hello, Microwave Time. Welcome to our stream. Henry, you're 40% Norwegian. That's interesting. Liam, 12:30. No, it should be about 10 to 12, I reckon. Unless he's delayed, in which case it could be. But so far he seems to be on time. Next stop is Perth, Tasmania. One of two Perths. Just crossing over to this little island here. You live in Dubai, yeah. Santa should be there very soon. I'd say about 5 or 6 hours maybe. Usually gets to like the Middle East, the surrounding areas quite early actually. He does tend to get a little bit ahead of schedule on himself very soon. Yeah, I really should go to Lapland one day. Magda says, I think he's going to go to Indonesia next. Well, we shall see if you're right. I believe he does stop in Indonesia as he heads north, but then I think he probably wouldn't do all of it yet. I think it's in multiple time zones, so he might do like a bit now, a bit later. And Connor, as the result of the poll in that, 63% of viewers do not open any gifts on Christmas Eve. Well, in some countries they do actually, I guess mostly view from the UK or US, so it's kind of more traditional to open on Christmas Day, but in some countries like Finland they actually open it on like Christmas Eve in the evening. But I suppose 40% like is fairly high. So I guess maybe some of you get like one present in the evening, but in some countries they do actually do like pretty much all of their gift opening on Christmas Eve. Charlie says, why did he not stop? Well, Santa is a very busy guy. He's got a whole world to get around, so he doesn't really have time to just linger around chatting to the locals. Harold said, I hope Desari got the present. Well, if he wasn't asleep, then he should come back when he is asleep. So not to worry. I'm sure Santa has it all planned, so he has enough time to like sort of head back to places if he kind of runs out. If he's like, if the people are like awake when he arrives the first time. Charlie, good night. Thank you for watching the stream. Santa will be in Newfoundland, I believe, about 14 to 15 hours. I think that is one of his first stops in Canada, actually. Play the song Do They Know It's Christmas? I will do once this is finished. Oh yeah, 1 billion, we're on 800 million. Maybe we're not going to quite get on to 1 billion by the end of the hour, but we are very close. The next stop for Santa is Adelaide, as you can see, it's sort of heading into like the central part of Australia. Jumping shot, you're from Ireland. I'm just over the sea in the UK, and as with many others. Liam says, how to eat the mince pies? I'm guessing very quickly. I mean, I'm surprised he doesn't get like all bloated from eating that much, but I guess if you're Santa, you're using so much energy jumping down chimneys and hopping in and out the sleigh, you probably just scoff it down quickly.
Silver bells.
Should I... Bradley, if you type the Polar Express by Tom Hanks, it should show up. Alright, I'll try and get that. I'm going to play Do They Know It's Christmas first, because someone just requested that. Magda, you're on the East Coast, I'm in the South. Google says he's in South Korea. Well, they're a bit inaccurate. I'm pretty sure it's like not even nearly midnight in South Korea. James says, Spotify is not free. I have premium currently. I can't remember how much it is per month, but you can get it free, but you have to like listen to ads, and you can't really like listen to like what you want in like a certain order. It's best to get premium, but I can't really remember how much it is. Henry says, I think it should be about, yeah, I'd say about 6 PM. No, yeah, about 6 PM I think in Dubai. So they'll be getting ready for Santa's arrival soon. And we have a new poll from Connor: hot chocolate with or without marshmallows? I mean, for me, I don't normally have marshmallows in it. I'm just a boring guy. Normal hot chocolate for me, I'd say. I guess I have had it before, but normally only when I go to like coffee shops like Costa. But normally when I just make myself a hot chocolate, I don't normally have marshmallows in it. Eddie, I am great. How are you? I'm feeling really festive and ready for Santa to arrive. Henry, you've been quite a few places all over the world. Jackson, yes I can. I've got a separate monitor so I can read the comments while I'm tracking. Well, I'm sorry to hear that, Eddie. I'm sure, I hope being in this stream lifts your spirits a bit as we all get ready for Santa, and I hope you you get what you want. You have a lovely Christmas tomorrow. FIFA says, how long have you been tracking Santa for? I've been tracking since 2008, but we've been doing this stream since 2009. I know some other members in our team have been tracking since like 2003 or 2002. Superman fan says, can you play National Lampoon? Yeah, I have it on my playlist, but it's not the original. It sounds okay. It's not like quite the original, but it's a pretty good version. I couldn't find it on Spotify. Harold, I'm not too sure what that song is. I don't have it. And Charlie, same to you. I hope you have a wonderful Christmas. I hope Santa gets you what you want. And speaking of Santa, he's just headed into the Northern Territories of Australia, heading to Darwin, and we should be seeing him head north back across the sea up to Japan and Korea. So if you're in one of those countries, you should probably think about getting to bed soon. What do I want for Christmas? I honestly don't know. I don't really need. I don't know. Like really, honestly, this year I've just not needed anything. Personally, I don't really care what I get tomorrow. When you get to like this age, you just don't really need that. Well, at least for me, I just haven't really wanted anything in particular. So maybe I'll get surprised by Santa tomorrow. Jackson says, when does he come to Perth? I believe he heads to like it's a bit of a while actually. He heads to like Japan and South Korea and China first, but say about 2 hours, maybe slightly less than that. He should be in Perth. Oh, no, Perth in Scotland. That'll be towards the end of the UK. Perth in Australia in about 2 hours. So many Perths. I don't know what the right one is. And we are, and Varsha says, is this the real Santa? We are tracking Santa, but I am not Santa. Yansu is not Santa, but we are just tracking him, helping him on his way around the world. Oh, sorry. When Santa comes to the US, quite a while actually. I'd say about 13, 14 hours maybe. It should be about 10 PM EST, I believe he'll just about arrive in the East Coast. Official Bomb Plays YouTube says, I will stay up. Well, good luck with that, but Santa only comes when you're asleep. Oh yeah, sorry Bradley, I should probably play Polar Express. Very sorry that I missed your song. Kian says, when does he come to Latin? I believe it's sort of like when he's in Central Europe. That's not for about another 9 hours or so. Magda says he has left Australia. He has indeed. He is on his way north towards like Asia, Japan. And welcome to the stream, Cookies. You'll be in Ireland about just after the UK, so yeah, about maybe a little after midnight GMT. Anyway, yeah, let me play your song, Bradley. I'll close that. I'll have this so you can still see the stream. I'll move this to a different tab. Oh, wrong one. Bear with. Wait, what was it called? Polar Express.
It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas.
Can't seem to find it.
Everywhere you go.
Oh, there we go. Okay, I'll play this now. Alright, back to this now. Next stop is Dili, East Timor. So yeah, he is sort of heading towards Indonesia way. You're right, whoever said that. I can't remember. And yeah, Cookies reminds me that I've only got 10 minutes left. Where is this hour gone? And next up is Braden, who's one of the founding members of Yarn. So if you've seen him in the chat earlier today as LZ101, He helped to found Yatsu, and he is streaming for the first time ever today, just for an hour, but still, he is up very soon. I'm going to turn down the music slightly.
Tickets, please, tickets. Well, you're coming?
Yeah, that's a little bit too loud, sorry.
Never take the rest.
There we go.
You can ride for free.
I've been told to turn off the music. Okay. Sorry about this, guys.
Golly, look at it go. 'Cause that's the way things happen.
Alright, sorry guys, I'm gonna have to turn off the music.
Yeah. Bang, bang, bang.
I do apologise. Sorry, I've had to turn off the music for copyright reasons. Issues with copyright, unfortunately. Yeah. Sorry about this, guys. Johnny, yep, Santa is real, and if you believe, he will be coming. And Cookies, I can tell from your name that you like cookies. I do love cookies. I'm sure many people here do. We have another music-related poll. Seems to be a bit of a theme for this hour. Either It's a Wonderful Life. Oh, sorry, no, not music. It is films. It's a Wonderful Life or Miracle on 34th Street. In actual fact, I've never watched Miracle on 34th Street, and I only watched Wonderful Life for the first time the other week. So I guess I'm not really too well equipped to have this poll. What type of cookie do you like? I'd say probably chocolate chip. Probably that's the best. Wait, you missed the cam? No, did I? I don't believe I played the Sydney one. I don't believe I missed one. If Santa's that fast, how does he drink the milk? Well, we're not too sure. I mean, if Santa's that fast, how does he even deliver presents? Well, I believe maybe he works in his own time continuum. We really do not know at all how Santa could possibly do all of this, but I guess it's just that in the magic, if everyone knew, then it wouldn't be magic. I can get the result of the polls. And it's not long before Braden is coming on, so make sure to give him loads of support for his first ever time stream. And Miracle on 34th Street is absolutely smashing it. Quite surprised at that, because I know many people see It's a Wonderful Life as one of the greatest Christmas films of all time, so that's a very surprising vote. Magda, unfortunately my 3D is incredibly laggy, so I'm not able to do that currently. And next up is Babel de El Palau. Probably did not pronounce that right at all. We're about to get there in a minute or so. As we can see, it's just up there. Yeah, I agree. The music, I'm not sure. It might be back later. It depends. But we're trying to save our stream really from getting copyrighted. Yeah, so almost there, just arriving. 80%, yeah, is absolutely smashed it out. Miracle on 34th Street has easily won it. Harold, unfortunately, we've had to turn the music off for the time being, but we may be able to play it later. I'm not too sure currently. Once again, if you want to apply for the stream, make sure to head off to santatracking.net/apply, and you could be in my position next year. That was me 2 years ago, and here I am, my second year streaming. Just reached Bab el Deb, and he's now heading to Iwo Jima. And I believe there could be a cam in Japan this year. There was one last year, but I guess we'll have to wait and see whether whether there will be one this year. Harold says Hong Kong. Yeah, he should be there soon. He does sort of kind of head to Japan, Korea, and then sort of like around China. Liam says, is there a cam in England? Yes, there is. There has been a cam pretty much for the entire history. I think, yeah, for every year in Norway, there's always been a cam for England. We're sort of heading across the sea here. 900 million nearly. Can I zoom in? Yes, I can, of course. That's a little bit better. Okay. Magda says I'm going to have a sip of hot tea and goes, well, thank you for tuning in, and I'll hopefully see you another time. Would the Japan cam be in Tokyo? Yeah, it should be. I mean, yeah, it's a major city of Japan. And we're just about to get Braden on the stream. So thanks everyone for this hour. It's been good hosting, and I shall be back for in an hour for 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. and then I'll be back again 3 p.m. to 4 p.m. Right, well, thanks everyone, and I shall see you all later. I'll be playing an ad break now. Braden will be on shortly.
And now, time for a Santa tracking advertisement.
Ever wanted to join Team Yansu? Well, now's your chance. Head on over to santatracking.net/apply today, fill out an application honestly and thoroughly, and have it submitted to us by January 1st, 2019 at noon EST. As long as you provide us with all the correct contact information, we can let you know later on in the month of January whether or not you've been accepted for the 2019 tracking season with Team Yansu. Check your email and Facebook regularly for all the updates. For SantaTracking.net and Team Yansu, I'm Patrick Covey.
Welcome to the 10th annual Tracking Santa live show.